Ka 1940, ka 1940. Teberiti baderi palama by Sikili. Tell me, guys, do you guys know that song? Do you know that song, 1940? I've searched for it everywhere. I don't know the words. Oh my days. I'll show you what we used to do. Oh my days. Right. Okay. So, ka 1940, ka 1940. Eish, my thing is it's so low. Very palama bicycle, very palama bicycle, kili, very palama bicycle. Ka 1940, ka 1940. Very vida very palama bicycle. Ka 1940, ka 1940. Da-da-dee-dee-da-dee-dee, palama, si, popa, sikili, eri-da-da-da-ba, sikili, eri-da-da-da-ba, sikili. Okay, if you're wondering, oh my days, I don't know the song, and I don't have a camera stand. I'm too old for this. Woo! Right.
My God, why can't you hear me now when I need you? Why don't you come around?
Woo. Okay. Hola, Kinalito, aka Mahali Selepe, the girl that calls for countries home. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, do not forget to click that subscribe button. Let us get ourselves to 2K. Oh my days, it's coming so fast. Story time today. So I'm going to tell you guys about when we first moved to England. So if you're new here, I am in Australia. I'm from Lesotho. I moved to South Africa 1994, January. And then I moved to the UK 2002, January. And then moved to Australia August 2013. Anywho, so when we moved to the UK, it was my husband and I. The kids were not here yet. They were born in England. So anyway, we are in South Africa, you know, we are just studying life, and you know, so my husband goes to the conference. It was a doctor's conference in Cape Town, and they're looking for doctors in the UK. Okay, they have these nice packages going on. I think this was September 2001 when he went to the conference, because he then got his, so he comes home, he tells me about it. He's like, okay, we'll just go for a year, save up and come back and pay off our debts, you know, and life goes on. Sharp. Like, yay, oh goodness. So I was so excited, because I had always wanted to go to the UK from when I was young. I was always fascinated by, I would watch British drama, and I was, you know, from Sherlock Holmes, Keeping Up Appearances, you know, Mrs. Bouquet speaking. You know, like I always wanted to go to the UK, you know, Mr. Bean, like, you know. So I was so excited, yes, going to the UK. So they start talking to my husband, you know, and getting his names and everything. They interviewed him on the phone, I think. I can't remember, because I know they interviewed him on the phone to come here. But I can't remember how it worked with going to the UK. But yeah, he told them I have a wife, what have you, you know, and everything was sounding good. And then I think it's in December, like, okay, so he gets, or was it from September? I can't remember when we knew this, what I'm about to tell you. So he was meant to start in January, or things. Okay, I can't remember how we ended up going for January, because it was a year contract, but the year was finishing in August. So it means we would have known from August, yeah, of 2001. So it means he would have gone to the conference much earlier, I think. My throat hurts. So we find out in shock. I think we found out at the point where he got his visa that I am not included in the visa. I can't remember how we found out. I'm like, hi, Bo. I think I read it. I can't remember. I think I read it and I saw. I don't know. I can't remember. But I just remember him going nuts that I'm not on the visa. He called them. I'm like, we're like, hi, Bo. They say, no, sorry, doctor. The thing is just for you. The visa. The year visa. You're giving me a contract to come work in the UK, and you want me to come without my wife. You know, I just remember him saying that on the phone. You want me to come to the UK without my wife. I remember us finding out when we found out about accommodation, when they said, you know, the accommodation is for one person. And we're like, what about, you know, he said, what about my wife? They said, no, doctor, the visa is for one person. Like, what? You know, yeah, I think that's how we found out. Hey. How? Visa is for what? Yo, we had to, you know, we had to make a plan for me to come. Now, so we checked the day that my husband is been booked. I think he was booked for the 19th of January 2002. We tried to get the same flight. I think it was going with British Airways. The flight is fully booked. Anywho, they got me a ticket on a different flight, but we arrived the same day. Okay. He gets there the next day at 6 a.m. I get there the next day at 12. I'm feeling self-conscious with my... Right. The camera is so far, guys. Oh. Anyway, this room is warm. Like, the house is freezing and this room is warm. Anyway, we're just happy we're going to London. We sell some of our stuff. We sold the big items. We're coming back in August, right? We sell some of our stuff. We give for safekeeping. Sofas we sell to there was this other guy. Yeah, and then we put him in charge. Let me tell the story. And then we put him in charge to pay our accounts, our sofa accounts and everything. I can't remember what he paid for them, or I can't remember what the agreement was, but he was gonna pay for our furniture. We're still paying for our furniture. So we were gonna send him money, and then he just, because there was no online things. At the time, you had to go in person and pay for your things. Okay, we get to the UK. Okay, so Mulapo goes first again. He gets there. Okay, the day we leave, you know, we say goodbye to each other at the airport. We're like, okay, see you there. This is the first time we go overseas. Our first time we go overseas. We're thinking this is like getting on the bus and whatever. Oh, I'll see you when I get there. Oh, when I get there, I'll be waiting for you when you get there. Sharp. I get to London. They ask me questions. Okay, so who did you came to see? I'm like, oh, I'm moving here with my... I had a very posh accent, very posh. I went to a white school. Standard 9 and matric. I was very posh. Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to... I don't even remember how to do that accent. So that's why I'm not even trying. In case you're wondering. I'm here with my husband. What's his name? Molab. Can you spell it for me? Mama, Oscar, Lima, Apple, Papa, Oscar. Anyway, Sugar Echo, Lima Echo, Papa Echo. Right. Does he have a middle name? I gave you. Where does he live? I don't know. He was on a flight. He came today. What flight? British Airways. What time was he getting here? I'm not sure. I just remember it's in the morning. No, I think that bit I knew. Right. Okay, can you just sit there for a minute? Yep, no worries. I sit down. Okay, I didn't say no worries. The no worries thing is an Aussie thing. Right. Second person comes. After half an hour. Okay, well, I think just 10 minutes maybe. Who did you say you came to see? Actually, I came with my husband. He's just gotten a job here. I came with him. Okay, do you know who he's staying with? Yes, so I mentioned the people who are coming to see. All right, what's their address? I don't know. Do you have their phone number? No, sorry. Okay, that's all right. Don't worry. Yeah. Can you just wait one moment? Okay, they do other people. The third person comes. Did you visit the London embassy before you came here? No. Okay. Because you don't actually have a visa to come here. Oh. Yeah. So, who did you say your husband was? They're very nice. Very polite. Extremely polite. They're like, okay, well, he's actually on the system. We can see he arrived this morning. But he is not here. Because I said to them, he's coming to pick me up. Because they said, okay, who's picking you up? And I said, yeah, my husband is coming with, I mentioned the people, our host that we're going with. So they were running late. Anyway, I find out later. He's not here. Do you mind coming with me? Please follow me this way. They take me to a room. Would you like some coffee? Tea? No, thank you. Biscuit? No, thanks. Okay. That's all right. We'll be back. Hi, Bo. When I get in this room is full of people that are getting deported. People are being sent home. Some people, they're coming, they're like, okay, sir, your plane is leaving now. And I'm just hearing when people talk that, this is the room you come to when you're about to be sent home. I'm thinking, what's going on? I've just arrived, what's happening? But at the same time, I was so calm and so happy to be in London. I didn't think I was going home. I was so naive. Which helped me to cope because, guys, I was detained 9 hours. 9 hours. Because I got there at 1. The thing was landing at 12:30. It was 1 when I was talking to this guy. When I arrived at the passport thing. It was 9 when they called me. When they came, they said, we found your husband. He was there looking so scared, almost crying. He came to pick me up. Apparently he was ready. He was saying he's coming back home. I'm going back. He was ready to go back to South Africa. He told them, if you send my wife back home, I'm going back with her. Anyway, these are the stories I hear afterwards, like the people who were hosting us, they were with him and they were telling him, look, you can't go back home. Let her go back home. You work and organize for her to come. But, he was going back home. Hey, he didn't want this job now. You don't want my wife here. I'm going back with her. So now, guys, so we didn't have accommodation. I guess my husband workplace, he was working as a resident medical officer, okay, RMO. So he stays it was at the private hospital. He worked at different private hospitals belonging to Bupa. I think it was Bupa. So how it works, he gets accommodation. I am not allowed to stay there. Okay? He stays there 2 weeks. He is off 1 week. That's the plan. 2 weeks in, 1 week off. Was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks. The idea of the whole job, it paid really well. And the reason it paid well is because you don't have a life. You live at the hospital. You are always on call. That's how it works. There was no A&E. It was like rehabilitation hospital. Some hospitals were nicer because he worked at different Bupa hospitals. Sometimes they'll say, oh, we need a doctor at such and such a place. Because I remember the first weekend, he had to go work in Chesterfield, and then he was based in High Wycombe and Princess Risborough. Buckinghamshire, anybody who knows my UK people, I know you watch. So we were in London staying with friends. So so now I was allowed in the country. So these were the conditions in which I was allowed in the country. They said, okay, your husband is working, he's clearly working, and you clearly did not know. After they've been cross-examining me, I kept answering the same thing. They could see this is a naive 20-year-old. So they said, okay, you can stay in the country for as long as your husband is here until his visa expires. So his visa was expiring in August. You are here until his visa expires. You cannot work. You cannot study. Okay. I don't mind. Okay, that's fine. Now we're staying with people. They didn't expect, I don't know if they didn't expect me or they didn't expect us to stay for as long as we did, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we got there, I think it was a Thursday or something. Friday, we both go to Chesterfield. We come back Monday. That week we're looking for places to stay. We don't know the place. We ask the people we're with, we're like, okay, we're seeing this place for such and such an amount. Oh, the guy he's like discouraging us. Every place we look at, that place is dingy. That area is dingy. We look at a different one. That place, no, you don't want to live there. Okay, where should we go? We try to look for places that are nearer or sort of like in between where he's gonna work. If I were you, I would not do that. Okay, everything we're trying to do, nah, don't do that. Okay. The second week, this guy has changed, our host. He's not laughing. He wants us out of his house. Hey, Njani? We're thinking we have been trying to find a place. He was crashing every place we wanted to find. Now he wants us out. He has a visitor. They tell us they have a visitor. They didn't have a big place, they had really sacrificed their space. We were sleeping in the lounge. So they're having a visitor that's coming from far. It was from north of England. We need to leave. And I think they told us on the day. Oh no! We're like, what? So we look at each other with Mulap. We're like, we had to call the guy. There's one of the guys we had called during the week. We're desperate. Do you still have a room? He says, come. You can come tonight. I have guys that are in there that have been trying to get them out of my house. Come. We're like, okay. we're like, we don't want to be the reason you're chucking people out, but the situation is desperate. So these guys, it was so sad. It was so sad and painful, okay? We took all our belongings. They drove us. At least they drove us to the train station. They drove us to the train station, dropped us there. Oh, my person was crying. I said, look, at least we're here. And we are both here. We will be fine. We get on the train, we go to High Wycombe. When we get to High Wycombe, our landlord says, okay, the place I'm taking you to, I'll just take you there and show you. But that person is getting out tonight. So I will put you in a temporary accommodation for tonight, and then tomorrow you can move there. So the accommodation was a room, okay? The guy had the whole house, and then we were going to be in a room. So there was a double bed in our room where I was going to be staying, you know, when Mulapo is gone to work. The place had guys from South America. There was one guy from Zambia. And there was a couple that was always physically fighting. They were Caribbean, black Caribbeans. Can't remember the other one. But yeah, there was like 4 bedrooms. Anyway, so we see the people, and we're just happy, we're just relieved. We are, you know, we are on our own. At least we are in our own space, and you know, we're not troubling anyone. So he took us to our place. Yo. So it was a single bed, ne? The mattress, everything was dirty. Like if you've seen the you know, in movies where they do drug dealing, like how it looks. That's how it looked. There was like smoking things on the floor. It looked so bad. We were like, this is London. This is London. We are in London now. Yo, but the good thing is we were just laughing. You know, I remember we cried and we laughed. And, you know, we're like, wow. This is what we were leaving home for. This is London now. We slept, you know, we were squished on that bed. We had no blankets. And it was January. Or was it February? Yes, I think was it even my birthday? You know, my birthday is February 1st. Because I just remember it coinciding with some significant day. Anyway, I don't know, because we got there the 20th. So we had 2 weeks. And then he wanted us out. You know. Probably. Anywho. We slept in our coats and hats and scarves. We had no blankets. Oh my days. But we slept and we woke up. And yeah, tomorrow we went to our place and we went shopping for blankets and stuff. And then he went to work. And you know, he had a good place in Princess Risborough. He worked in Princess Risborough and High Wycombe. So when he was in High Wycombe, even though he had to stay at the hospital, because I lived a walking distance away, I was always in his room. I would go to his room in the morning. I'm there until nighttime. Like, yeah, it's sort of like a bachelor flat kind of room. It's inside the hospital, but it's private. And then they bring him food. You know, they bring him breakfast, they bring him lunch, they bring him supper, and it's always food for one person. That year I lost weight. That year. Plus, we wanted to save, you know. I'm actually have just started Financial Peace University. And it's sort of like a similar thing, like you save. You don't spend a cent. We were there to save and go back home. Okay? So I was not eating unnecessarily. Like it was, like we're saving, we're going back. So we were sharing that plate that he was giving, that he was getting given. You know, we were like so disciplined. So anyway, then when he was in Princess Risborough, they were really nice. The management there was really nice. They let me stay there and sleep over. And then they ended up bringing 2 plates instead of 1, you know, eventually. So every week he was there. I was coming with him. When he was in High Wycombe, I would just go to my room at night. And then the third week he's off, he comes there. He hated it because it was so terrible as well. Like, it was not clean. I like shared accommodation with men, single people. It was just, but it was comfortable. It was our place, you know. So that was our experience of coming to job. And then, you know, the person I mentioned, another story for another time. The person I mentioned that we used to send money to pay for our debts. Story for another day. And this is what you need to know. We went to the UK for 8 months, essentially. We haven't been back home. 18 years later, we haven't been back home. Story for another time. Thank you guys for watching. Love you. But remember that God loves you even more. And that is true. Ciao, ciao.
Helen, you watched everything. Thank you so much for watching everything. Now don't forget to subscribe and go back to my other videos and scroll and scroll and scroll and watch everything. There's very good things in here, very good interesting things. You are number one. Now thank you and take care of yourself.